Emily Sunday for the Greek meeting quiz and lesson, I guess. So I went through all the stuff. I don't think this is super hard, but I say that, but wait till I take the test. I didn't have any questions.
No, yeah, it seemed, I mean, just learning some more additional formulas and plugging things into the formulas. And so, yeah, it seemed pretty easy. And then just learning how to do the graphs on the spreadsheet and that. Looking through the homework here real quick.
Yeah, I took notes on all the homework. I didn't think it was a lot, like some of the lessons are really.
No, I was like, yes, 9 problems. Woohoo. That was pretty nice. One question I did have, so when you do the pie chart, I'm just looking at it right now. I noticed on the answer key, it showed how it had breakoffs right next to the different pieces, kind of labeling it senior, sophomore, junior, freshman. I couldn't figure how to do that. I figured how to put the numbers in, like you can put the percentage and then the number. But I didn't know. I mean, I don't know if that it matters necessarily, but I was just kind of curious. I didn't know if there was a way to do that, or
did you follow the specific SPSS instructions on that?
I thought I had. I wrote them down, and then I just did them for my notes. But
yeah, because on the homework,
the only thing was I don't know. I'm still a little confused about weight cases.
Yeah. So it's
just not completely.
Yeah, it says that what I understood is that if the material is summarized, if the data is summarized, you have to do how to do the weight cases first. You do that first before you make the pie chart. Did you do that?
So for this pie chart, I think I went to try and do it, but when I did, it didn't make sense to do it to me. But did you do it for it? Because
I didn't actually do the pie chart. I did the one example. I didn't do anymore. Did you do the weight cases first before you did the pie chart on that same?
I'm going to open it up here and see. I don't remember. But I think I just followed and did it without the weight cases because I didn't know. I still was confused. I didn't know, I know it says if they're, what you had said, how do you tell is if, where did that note go? What did you say? If you do weight case, you do it because?
If the data is summarized.
Okay, summarized.
If you have summarized data, if you pull up the spreadsheet, you can see if it's summarized data. And then if it is, then you need to do the weight cases first before you do the pie chart. Because on the bottom of your pie chart, did it say something? Did it have a sentence at the bottom of the pie chart? Below the pie chart to say something about something ending the word count?
It said part 2. Okay, open this file.
I mean, on your actual printout that you did of the pie chart. The pie chart is here. Below it, it should say something below it, something about a count. And that means that you did the weight case. And that's probably why your stuff isn't labeled, I would think.
Show me again. Sorry, I was looking at my homework when you showed me what you showed me. Were you showing me what it should look like or something?
Just like this pie chart.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard you talking about it, but well, because it shows my pie chart, and then to the right it just shows rank, and it shows the order of the groups, and then their colors. But
so let me try. I'm gonna try to do something real quick here. So you do the weight things first. Go under data weight cases. Where that is, all the way at the bottom.
Actually, a bar graph.
And click on the. It says click on the radio button. I don't know what that means. All right.
Open. Sorry, I'm just getting. No, I don't want that.
Okay, so And then
all right, so on this particular one, it wanted us to do like the ranking. It's the class survey on the homework.
mhm.
And so I don't know if I deleted something. It just says open the file class survey using the file format for your class. Create a pie chart for class rank. Label it and post it here. So we go into the IBM or the SPS. And I go like, so since I'm doing class rank, am I supposed to do the weight case for that?
Hold on, sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't do that. I have kind of crunch on time, so I didn't do every specific printout thing because I understood how to do it, so I didn't. So tell me it again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, on the homework? Which homework?
So on the homework, the file you open up is class survey.
Mhm.
And it's part 2 on the homework. And all it says, so it's number 6, it says open the file class survey using the file format for your class and create a pie chart for class rank. So is that just like simple and you just...
I have to look at it.
Because I just created like a pie, I just did a pie.
You did the pie chart and then
yeah.
what is it does not show class rank?
So it just kind of shows it as far as like here, well, so it shows a pie chart and then it shows it broken into different colors, you know, like sliced out or whatever. And then to the right, it says rank. And then each of the different groups, like senior, sophomore, junior, freshman, is all abbreviated to the right with the color that goes in accordance with the pie chart.
Well, sounds correct.
But that's,
yeah, but that would tell you each class is, I guess, divided by junior, sophomore, freshman, whatever.
right.
You don't think that that's the right answer?
Well, when I looked at the answer key, it showed it like they were like had little like labels right next to the different, and it might just be like preference for labeling. I don't know.
Yeah, it might just be showing you. So you're talking about, yeah, you're talking about the one that has like SR, FR, JR, OT, SO, like by it, beside it.
Yeah. So mine's just to the right, and it's like just the different little boxes of colors.
Yeah.
With the different.
Yeah, I think maybe, I would say, I'm not right, but I would think that they did this just for our benefit for the homework. I don't know that it's going to show exactly like that.
Okay. Because I just didn't know, because for this one, I didn't do the weight cases because it seemed fairly straightforward. But how do you decide? Would it say it in like a story problem? Like I don't remember.
It tells you here. Where is it? It tells you here. It says, by default, SPSS assumes that you are analyzing survey data. This means each row represents one individual. If you have data where counts have been summarized, the slices in the pie chart you just created will have all equal areas. So this is when you do the weight cases. Says you'll be able to recognize the situation because you will have one column that gives the data and another column that gives a count of how many times each value occurred. So if you see that, you have to do weight cases, or else your pie chart's going to just show all even slices. It's not going to show. It's not going to show. Okay. But your pie chart wasn't all even, though, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. So I think you did that one fine. I think maybe. You know.
So it actually, because like on the reading, it looks just like the pie chart. Right under where it starts talking about pie charts 2.2.
Yeah.
It looks just like that. So
yeah, and that's what I got. I got the same thing. I did it, and I got the same thing.
And then after that, it starts talking about weight cases, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So
But,
maybe, yeah.
um,
So maybe not going to get too heavy into the weight cases. I don't know.
anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to get off.
No, no,
It's
you're
just
fine.
like,
That's, I just,
was trying to
because I
understand.
just
Should
now
I
did
have
this.
done it
I just now did this thing and it showed up the same. So even, because I went and did the data where it shows weight cases and it still came up with the one that you have. So it was
So
needed.
either way, it showed it the same way. Okay.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't
I guess
needed
if
for
we do, okay. Hopefully there'll be some that maybe on the individual homework that just to give a difference between the two so I can understand, okay, this is why you would do it this way. And this, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. I always go into this phone a little confused, even though I read through the stuff. I think I understand it, but
Okay.
I always
And
feel a
then
little confused.
everything else I think I was okay with. I'm just looking over it. Oh, okay. So on the last question on the homework, where it asks for the z-score for the when you figure the formula for the p-hat, p-hat. What do they call that thing?
Probably the proportion.
The probability of the
Proportions. Population.
Anyway, yeah. So on B, I got, when I did it, I took, so the question is number 9, and it says 7% is the true unknown percent of the population that do not have traditional phones and instead rely on cell phones. 7% is P. Suppose a random sample of 750 telephone users is obtained. What is the probability that more than 60 phone users, 8% in the survey, use only cell phones? So anyway, I did the formula, so I took the 7% times the 1 minus the 7% or whatever, divide by 750, and I got the correct answer of 0.0093, which is the standard deviation. And then when you do the z-score, you take the other percent,
I'm sorry,
8%.
you said, how'd you get the standard deviation?
So I took the mean of 7%. I did it as a decimal 0.07.
Right.
I times that by 1 minus 0.07.
Okay.
And then divided that by the sample number of 750.
Okay.
And then I got 0.0093. And then in B, it wants the z-score. So then you take the 8% users minus the 7% P. And divide that by the standard deviation that we figured in the first problem, which was the 0.0093. And I got 1.075. But then on the answer, it said 1.073. So I don't know, like, how big of a deal that is. Like,
well,
because that changes the probability answer following that as well.
Yeah, I think the problem with some of these calculations is that everybody's calculator is just like it's always going to have a slightly, I was having the same problem earlier in the course. You remember me talking about that? I'm like, why am I getting this? But I don't think it's,
So, and that's what he was reassuring about that as well, because I had asked him about that, and he said it's understanding of that when we're entering those in, so it should give a very, like, it could be this or this kind of thing.
Right. It's not going to be, if you're, what you said and the answer is 3, it's not going to mark, it shouldn't mark you wrong. But that's what I had, because I was having the same thing, like very, very slight deviations of calculations, even though the main calculation is correct. The last trailing one was like a little bit off. And they said, don't, I was told not to worry about that. All the calculations are different. Calculators are a little bit different. So that's what I was told.
Okay. All right. So anyway, that was all I was questioning on it. Should we go ahead and do the quiz?
Sure. I'm sorry. I've got so much stuff going on. I'm so busy. How's your little one? She okay with her arm?
Good. Yeah, she ended up not needing a cast, so that was good. And they wanted to watch it, and she acted like she needed it, and to call them back and they do an X-ray. So hopefully she's okay. She seems fine and active, and like it's not bothering her. So
good. I'm glad to hear
that's
that.
good. Did you talk to your sister again and stuff? Your sister-in-law?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. She's got a lot going on, so I'll tell you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
1 and 2, I got right. Woohoo!
You are fast. I need to get in there still. You're slow. Okay, group 16 group reading quiz. Okay, how many of these babies do we have?
I gotta text message and see if it's work.
16.
Oh, they gotta be kidding me. I have to try to Spanish work.
Tonight?
Yeah, at some point, yeah.
Oh no. Sorry. Hopefully we can cruise through this.
I didn't even know we had a contract on the facility down in St. Spanish Fork. You're kidding me.
You're like, what?
Yeah, what facility? Oh, boy.
Okay. In a pie chart, why are the slice sectors different sizes? I would say C, but I'm going to have to check probably just to make sure. That's my first.
Represents the category.
That's my first.
The area of each slice represents the portion. Yep, that sounds right to me. Because it's not 1, it's not B, it's not D. That's the only one that makes sense to me.
Okay, we'll just go with it. If it's wrong, we'll look at it closer.
Okay, question
The
4. Oh, sorry. Huh? Do you want to
Go
take
ahead.
turns, or do you want to?
You say, are you okay? Like, I can read it if it's helpful. You say. Okay, go ahead.
I went to work today, and I'm going to work tonight. How are bar charts and Pareto charts related? You do then the same. A Pareto is a bar chart. You just go a little extra step as it's D. It's when the chart ordered from the largest to the smallest, from left to right.
I agree. All right. Use the following for the next 3 questions. We conclude that, do they call that pi? How am I calling it pi hat? Is there a better terminology for that proportion? Or
I think they're calling it p hat, or I don't know.
P hat or something. Okay.
It's the portion.
We conclude that p hat is normally. Sorry, go ahead.
No, p hat's fine.
Is normally distributed if n times p is equal to or greater than 10, and n times 1 minus p is, or excuse me, less than or equal to, right? 10? Not greater than.
It's greater than or equal to 10. If it meets these requirements, then we can use the normal probability applet, which means it's under that curve of a normal distribution. So
So is P the true proportion or the sample proportion? P is the...
I've got it written down, actually.
I have population proportion, but is that the... Let's just see. P proportion is statistical based on... Is the number of individuals with certain characteristics. So P is the...
Get it out.
Why don't I have that? Oh, I'm going to say true. True proportion? No, sample proportion. No, true. It's true. Right?
You're confusing me. Hold on.
Sample. I'm confusing myself. I'm going to say sample.
Okay, P is, hold on. Oh, I thought I had that written down just to clarify it. So let me, don't talk for a second. I keep getting those names in my head. I'm like, wait a minute, I got to start again.
Okay.
1 second, just to look for this. I thought I wrote that down somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. I can really try to
I'm
spin
gonna
this
say true, but I'm gonna let you look a little bit.
P, yeah. Oh. Are you looking at that on your notes? Or is that
I
what
was
you
looking
remember?
at it on the reading at the summary.
Yeah,
part,
that's where I thought I wrote it down at, but I don't see.
so
Yeah,
I'm
I thought
just gonna. But hopefully, I'm not looking at it wrong.
I thought I wrote that down, but I guess I didn't. So let me just look. I mean, if that's what you're reading, that's fine. I thought I got rid of the summary as well. I don't think it
Okay,
says
let's
that
see
in
what
the
this
summary, though. Does
is.
it say that? I don't see
Apply to the. So down in the summary, I was just looking where it
Oh, here it
said
is. Yeah. The p hat is
the,
a point estimator for the true portion p, so that means p would be the sample, wouldn't it? Because a p hat is estimator, well, no. They're saying for the true portion of p. Is that what they're saying?
P. That's what I was trying to understand. Like, are they saying that the true proportion is P? Like P, the true proportion? That's what I was trying to understand. P is a point estimator for true proportion P. Sampling distribution of P has a mean of.
Okay, there you are. So I'm gonna, yeah, I think you're correct about that.
Well,
So
then there's like a problem right before that that says, consider the following question. If the true proportion of people who supported a particular political candidate is P equals da da da. So, true? You want to go for true?
yeah, that's what I'm understanding it to say.
Okay.
Question 6, what is N? Here's the sample size. It's a sample size.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say yes. Why do I doubt myself? You can just go with. That is a sample size.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I can't hear anything. I'm so plugged up.
You feel like you're underwater?
I
When you're
feel better.
underwater
Yeah.
and
Yep.
there's water in your ears, kind of. I hate that.
Yeah, I've had this for years and years, and I've had many. Yeah, I was feeling really like inside my head and very woozy, very woozy before. So I feel better, but I still feel plugged up.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, question 7. If P equals 1/4, what is the smallest and that satisfies the requirement? Smallest number. So
I didn't know how
P.
to answer. I didn't understand that question.
I know. I'm just looking over to see if I have.
I don't remember that quite. I don't remember reading that anywhere. Do you?
No. But I'm just trying to see if there's a way to solve it with a formula that we have already. P, what is the smallest n that satisfies? So we want to solve for n, right?
I don't know. We need to do any kind of calculation. I'm wondering if it's just like one of the rules, that requirements that you follow.
Like a 1 or a 0 or something like that, or something.
Yeah. Oh, maybe do.
Because we have to put an answer, like a typed answer.
What's the smallest n? I wonder if they say under 30 is, 30 or larger is a normal distribution, then so that's what came to my mind. I'm not saying it's accurate, but
So if P is a 4th, then what was it asking?
oh, are they talking about when it says shape is normal since the n times p is greater or less or equal to 10? Would it be something
Are
like
we
that?
still, are we still using this formula they gave us? Let's see. Next 3 questions. So 5, 6, and 7. Which one are we on? Are we on 7? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So do we plug that 1/4 in that problem?
So 1/4, I think so. 1/4 would be 25%, right? The same thing as 25%.
I think so.
Yeah.
Trying to find my pen.
So I guess it's asking if n times p is greater than or equal to 10, then what number what's the smallest n to satisfy that? So if p is 25%, which is 0.25,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is there a formula for that?
Go.
So I guess you're saying solve for n. I guess you do have to do a calculation.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And then,
I didn't see that. I didn't see that anywhere in the homework. Like how to
Yeah,
solve.
I don't.
I mean, I know it's
No.
solve for n and normal stuff, but
So we would just see. There's some so I don't know.
I don't think this applies. Again, every second of the entire broadcast will get cut off. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why it does that.
I don't know either.
It's frustrating. So the smallest that satisfies the requirement. So the requirement would be it would have to be
Well, if you
less
take, I'm sorry,
or greater than or equal to 10. So
you just need another number that together, and that formula will be greater than 10. So what's
Right.
the minimum? What's the minimum number that would multiply times 0.25 that would be greater than 10? 1.
1 time. So yeah, because it wouldn't be 0, right?
Well, what's 0? 0.25?
Because 0 would
0.25 is
be.
not right.
Well, once you take 0 and you times it by that, it makes it 0. That wouldn't make sense, right? 0 is not greater than or equal to 10.
I was going up by the numbers. So it should be
Yeah.
4, I would think. Isn't it 4.25 times 4? It's equal to 1. So if 0.4 or 4 is equal to 1, then you'd have to do that. Maybe it'd be 40.25
Would it be
times.
would it be 10? Would it be 10?
It would be 40 because 0.25 is 0.25 times 40 is 10. So it'd be equal to 10.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
So whatever number would make that 10. Yeah, so 40 is what would make it that.
That would be the smallest number,
40.
smallest n that you could have, because if you multiply, p is a quarter. A quarter is 0.25 as far as I'm understanding. And then if 40 is the lowest number you can get, that will give you a minimum of 10. That's one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we're just saying the smallest n times a p, which is a quarter, equals the minimum number to get 10 or greater, is what I understand. So, I don't know. Okay. And then, what is the mean of p hat?
The mean of p hat. Okay, we're on new problem, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 0.4, is that right or no? Oh, what is the mean of p hat?
Yeah.
Not p.
I think it's
Okay.
that p hat equals x over n, because that's all you have.
Yeah.
So it'd be 0.4 over 24. So correct me, I'm not trying to say it's right. That's what I'm
No, I think you're, what is the mean?
Well, we only have two numbers, and those are only two numbers in the formula that I can see that we have.
Makes
It doesn't
sense
work
to
with the
me. So we round that to the 10th place.
Oh, the 10th,
Zero.
okay.
0.002.
It'll be 0.02.
What is the standard deviation of P? So then once we have that solved, we can figure the standard deviation, which
that would be,
is square root, right?
yep, P times 1 minus P over N.
0.41
It is 0.4, 1 minus 0.4 over 20. So 0.4, yeah. 1 minus 0.4 is 0.6. And then that times 0.4.
by 24.
I got, yeah.
Oh, we got to
0.
square root it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
I almost
So
forgot.
did you get 0.01?
Uh-huh.
I mean, before you square root it, it's 0.01, and you square
Yeah.
root 0.01.
Yeah.
It's 0.1.
Yep.
0.1. So it's 0.1.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess, I mean, you could throw it, yeah. It doesn't seem to care about zeros on the end, so I think we're good.
What do you mean zeros on the end? I didn't put a
There
zero
wouldn't
on the
be
end.
there wouldn't be zeros on the end. Just for the 10th place, answer to the 10th place, it wouldn't.
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Okay. So for the next 4 questions, we're using the following. Brittany's batting average is 0.300. We want to determine the probability she will get more than 35 hits in her next 100 at-bats. N equals 100 and P equals 0.3. What is, so we do the same thing for this one where we have P or pi hat equals X over N, right? Or I mean P over N.
It's X over N. But X
over
P
N,
is the sample.
which is the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Okay. So we have 0.3 over 100. Which equals 0.003.
Yep. The standard deviation would be P. And so be 0.3.
Oh, round to 2 decimal places. Okay, let's do there. So do we do 0.00?
Yes.
That's weird.
Let me, yeah.
I don't like answers like that.
Brittany's batting average is 0.0300. Hi, T-Bone. Unless well, yeah, I mean, number,
X isn't.
I was gonna say number 8, you have to do the P and the N because there's nothing else. So X makes sense that X would be distribution of X. This means it's quantitative, not qualitative, right? Anyway, I don't know how else to figure that out unless you have another way.
I don't have. because on my notes, I also have like a little like drawing that came from the video, I think. And on that video, it shows P and it calls it the mean.
Yeah, that was what I understood.
So P is the mean.
So it's rounded 3 decimal places. So I got 0.046.
For question 10?
For 11.
For 11? So on 10, did you put 0.00?
I did. I mean, I don't know what else it would be.
Okay.
Because you have 0.3 divided by 100.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me.
I just don't like zero answers, it seems like, for some reason. Okay, what is the standard deviation of P? So then you just took that and did the other formula for it. Whoops.
I'm gonna put her down. She's super tired. Did she have much of a nap?
I don't remember. Yeah, she had enough hangout. Love you. Zero. Sorry, go ahead. Don't let me slow you down. Slow your. Divided by 100. And then square root of that. So did you, for the number 11, get 0.046, you said?
Yep. That's where I get a little confused here is that you have 2 different formulas, one for quantitative distribution samples portions and one for categorical. So when we're doing the z-score, which formula do we use? We're already using the, hold on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we would use the...
Are we using the right formula for the p hat? Yes, we have
Yeah,
to
because it wouldn't, because the
Yeah.
quantitative doesn't include that, so it'd have to be.
Okay. So this one would be z equals p hat, right? Minus p over the square root of p, yeah.
Right, right. So when we solve for p hat, do we just do 0.00 minus? Wait, hold
Have
on.
an example of this question.
Oh, 0.3 divided by.
Maybe this one wouldn't. I don't know. I'm confused by this. Correct.
It's 100 dots. Get more than 35. Batting average.
Sorry, I had to text my work back.
No, you're
Okay,
fine.
so are you using that formula? Because we have to have the p hat score, or else we won't. Okay, we want to determine the probability. So don't we have? I'm confused. If we have to use the probability, then maybe we should be. You have to do 2 steps. We don't have p hat.
I'm looking at some notes here that says p hat is equal to p. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
So in the notes for the categorical, it says, P hat equals X over N, where X is the number of individuals with a Are you still there?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
That's because my laptop died. I had to plug it in.
Oh, you're
I didn't
fine.
realize that was. I was getting low, but I didn't realize that was. So I don't.
I was just looking over some notes. I was separated from you, but
uh-huh.
on some of those story problems, it does show that it says like X equals a number when you're plugging it in. And so I'm just trying to see if it doesn't have that, how do you know what to plug in for X?
Well, this says finding probability for just. I have an example. Finding probability for distribution of sample portions when the population data is normally distributed, and it would be normally distributed because
It's greater than 30.
Right. So, and what it's showing me here is different than what we've been doing. So the z-score is the sample mean minus the population mean over standard deviation divided by the square root of n is what I'm getting.
Under quantitative data?
It just says finding probability for distribution of sample portions, sampling distribution when distribution of population data is normally distributed. And this other one is an example of finding the area or probability under normal curve for sample proportions. And that's when you have to, it says convert the standardized, that says convert the normal standard normal variable z. So standardize the values of p hat using the standard normal variable z. So
don't know why I feel so confused all of a sudden about things.
This is what happens on the test. You're like, oh, I understand this stuff. Oh, I have no idea. Well, it's normally distributed because the sample size is large. So, but we don't know